My wife definitely saw some difference in my behavior and my attitude, and my boss as well. Maybe as a coincidence, he gave me more responsibility after this program. I don't know if it's linked to that or not. And my mom is, I haven't seen my mom for a long time. She's from Brazil. She's here now. She arrived like a month. Actually, she arrived I was doing the program. She arrived doing it, and she told me I'm different. I'm more like active, more doing more work even at home, doing more work at home and everything. And I think the most important, to be honest, I can feel I'm a different person. I can feel I'm a better person, a better father, a better husband, a better employee as well. My name is Rev. I'm a website manager and concept marketing. Mainly my work is dealing with developers, client and account manager, and try to meet deadlines, short deadlines, and meet client expectation. And yeah, basically it's that. Sometimes it can be really stressful. Basically, before starting the Unstoppable You, I kind of struggled to manage the workload. I was really stressed with deadlines, and I felt like I couldn't do it because it was way too much work, and I couldn't see myself how's that going to work. And after the program, I feel that my mind is much clearer. I feel lighter. I can actually stop and think about what are my main priorities and what I have to do to do the work. So that's how I think the program helped me a lot. After the first one, I felt that I don't know if that's going to work if you just sit on a chair and listen to some music and relax. I don't know how that will work to help me on my worries, on everything. But yeah, not only the first one, to be honest, maybe the first, even the third one, you feel really, really good after the section because actually you relax a lot. It's a good moment when you stop your day, and the busy day you're having, and then you sit and relax. That helps a lot. But I couldn't see how that will actually remove all my worries and everything. It's been more than 10 days once I finished. And I can say that it's still happening. I don't feel as calm as I was during the 10 days. Maybe because I'm not having that 1 hour of relaxing time I used to have during the 10 days. But I can definitely feel that I'm more confident on things I'm doing at work or my personal life. I can plan things much better. As I said before, I feel much lighter. In everything I do. One of the sections I mentioned to Rachel, that because I also train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and during the training or the sparring, I had a clear vision. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I felt much different. I could pretty much, it's not that, but it's a way to explain, but I felt like everything was in slow motion. I could easily see what's going on around. I was more aware of what's going on, and maybe because all the words that I had in my mind was not removed but put in the right place, so it wasn't coming to my mind all the time, and maybe that helped me to read the situation that was happening at exactly moment. It was really, really interesting to see. But in any part of my life, as I said, professional, personal life, I can stop and just plan better than before, because before many things was coming to my mind all the time. If I stopped thinking about the next holiday, for example, 2 minutes later I say, oh, that problem at work, and then I stop thinking about the problem at work, and then, oh, I have to do this for my wife, and then my mind was so many things happening in my mind, and I couldn't do anything, to be honest. But after the program, I can just stop and do whatever I'm doing in that moment. I feel more active as well, in a way that if I have to do something before, I was, I'll do it tomorrow, I can do this next week. But I feel like I just want to get things done. Maybe because I know what I have to do now, it's clear what needs to be done. I just like to, let's do this. It's pretty much, I have this checklist in my mind. I need to do this. But for sure, the main thing for me is my mind is much lighter. It worked for me. And maybe if I did that, I don't know, 15 years ago, I don't know if I would have the same outcome I'm having right now, because it really changed. Especially one of my main worries was financial. I was to check my bank statement every day. What do I have to pay? How much money will come to my bank account today? No, I was every day, sometimes in the morning and in the afternoon, just to check. Right now, I really don't mind. Like, why do I need to check that every day? Like, I know the bills I have to pay. I know when I get paid, and that's enough. I don't need to check every day. But I was really worried about that like before the program. Yeah, sleeping quality improved a lot as well after the program, maybe because all those worries are not in my mind anymore, so I can sleep better. What else? And it's interesting to see that negative thing. I wouldn't judge myself as negative in the past, but I can feel that the negative for other people hurts me now. For example, if I go to the gym and then in the morning, early in the morning, I used to go like 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m., and then it would be people that complain, oh, it's too early, I'm so tired. And then that comes to my mind and hit me and say, like, so why are you here if you don't like that? If you're tired, if you think it's too early, I think to myself, like, why just come early? That wouldn't or come in the afternoon. No, sorry, not early, come later, or in the afternoon. I don't know. So those negative comments hurt me a lot, and I can see more positive, to be honest. So the other day, one of my friends was checking the stock. The stock market was really low, and he was scared, and in my mind was just, oh, maybe that's a good time to buy. I don't know much about the stock market, but I said, oh, that's a good time to buy. And then I told him, and he was, no, that's terrible, it's too low, the market is crashing. But I said, yeah, but it's still really low, it's going to go up again sometime in the future. But he was still, no, that's really bad. I did recommend to friends, and I would be interested to do other programs as well. I kind of miss those days coming here and have a chat with the staff and have the relaxing time. Not that because my impression was after those 10 days it would stop, and it didn't stop. I'm doing the maintenance every day, not every day, but at least every 2 or 3 days I listen to the maintenance audio, and I think it helps a lot. But yeah, for sure, I enjoy a lot. It was a huge opportunity to take. As I said in the beginning, I was like, I don't believe that will work, but actually it was really, really good. I'm so happy I started, and I would recommend to everyone. It was really good. One of my biggest goal will be to buy a house close to the beach, and I can. before I was like, I think that would be too expensive, and I was more worried about the value, the money to buy it. But now I feel that even if it can be expensive to live very close to the beach, it's not impossible, because in my mind I can plan. It doesn't need to be next year, it doesn't need to be in 5 years. It may be in 10 years. If I can do that, I'll be happy. But I'm not so worried when I'll do that. I know I can. But I think that was my biggest goal to achieve, is to buy a house close to the beach. Yeah, I feel unstoppable, if you think like that, because I can see the goal, and I can see it's possible to do. It's just a matter of the time to get there. But before, I wouldn't even chase it. For example, moving close to the beach, I wouldn't even consider. Now what I do when I have some free time, I just go to real estate website and start looking house, suburbs, and everything. But before, I would say, why would I waste time? Because I'll never be able to do this. I went through some experience during the time, the relaxing time, and it was really strange, because my father passed away when I was 6 years old, and I had some words that wasn't related to that, but actually every day here I had different feelings, and I was explaining to him, but I couldn't understand. Even like feeling a presence. One day I asked her, like, were you next to me? She said no. It's because I felt someone was here. That was one day, but then the next day there was something else. For example, I was dreaming. I don't know if that's the word, but I was during the relaxing time. I felt I was in a jungle, and then I told her. She said, "Oh, interesting, because most people say they feel like they are at the beach because of the music, the sound of the water." But then the next day, my father was next to me in that jungle, and then it was very interesting because it looked like there was a history, and every day there was a chapter for that history. Until I think I don't remember, was section 8 or maybe 9. That it pretty much all the dots they were connected, and I couldn't. I don't know. I feel like it was a message from my father that I was received through here, because every day then I was aligned the dots and said, okay, that happened, that happened, that, and I could understand maybe what he was trying to tell me, and that removed my biggest word was related to finance, and I couldn't understand why I had that word. And why I don't need to worry about that, and he ended up passed away because he was working too hard to provide to the family, but he ended up leaving the family behind because he passed away. And that was my biggest message that I received, because I was on that way, doing pretty much the same, because I feel like I had some financial issues that I need to provide my family, and then I don't know, through those visualization, I got this message. It's really hard to explain, and I also spoke with Rachel about that it was supposed for this to happen, and that she said maybe because of the words in my mind, or even like now my brain have more space to receive this kind of things. But yeah, that was something that I was really impressed with what happened, and I got really emotional as well that day. One thing the SW helped me is to understand feelings, because I could feel things that never felt before, or maybe I didn't have to think about what I'm feeling, how I'm feeling, because that's something they always ask, like how are you feeling, what did you feel. I never actually had to think about it, and by doing this program I could actually stop and understand me, understand my emotions, and actually talk about it. It was really interesting as well, and now I feel like I understand more how I feel. I got more responsibilities now, but it's not adding extra time to do the work. I can still manage it during the work time to do the work I have to do it, and it's hard to explain. I just feel like I can do more at the same time I was doing before. It's probably because I don't have too many distractions in my head. So if I'm doing a specific work, my mind is only on that task. There's nothing like, oh, I need to go to the supermarket, I have to do this, I have to do this, or my next task is this, I need to. So it's just, okay, I'm working on that, and that's it. Once I stop, I completely forget about it, and then I'll go to the next one. Maybe that's how I managed to do more in less time. Yeah, I feel that my productivity is much better.